Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 27th of December for the Sun or the Ascendant. This is an exciting week where we make the transition from the old to the new. And please stay with me. I'm going to give you a broad overview of what to expect, but then we'll dive deep for each of the 12 zodiac signs. Now this week sees Uranus very prominent in the sign of Taurus. It's forging an amazing link with the Sun and a challenging link to Saturn. Saturn's in the futuristic sign of Aquarius. So where we're realistic about the future, it will support us, particularly as it forges a very enabling link to Mars, the planet of passion, in the sign of Sagittarius, is about expansion. So if we're thinking about expansion but going through all the research and really taking things on a step-by-step basis, Saturn will reward us. If we try to rush things, Saturn's clash with Uranus will just stress us out. The big picture of this week is the collection of energy in the sign of Capricorn. But this does see Mercury going into its shadow period in this sign, and despite the fact that it does meet with Pluto, which could see us very analytical, I think a lot of people are going to be thinking about what their role in life is, what their goals are, their ambitions for the new year. So as we set that intention, all those resolutions, I think we're all going to be trying to keep our feet very much on the ground, which is a good thing. But Mercury's retrograde just says that as we make our way into the new year, things can alter quite quickly. So even the best laid plans need to be made, but with a mindfulness that flexibility is going to be important. And it could be other people that actually in some ways force our hand because of Mercury moving at the end of this week into the sign of the group Aquarius. So it may be a friend, somebody who we feel we can connect with in a collaborative way. Maybe their situation is going to change. So goal setting for ourselves, that's going to be straightforward, but where we have to link to others or rely on the support of others, that may be more complex. Also, Jupiter moves into one of its two home zones on Wednesday of Pisces. It's going to be moving through Pisces twice in 22, but also the sign of Aries twice as well. So that's really, really exciting. But this initial movement of Jupiter into Pisces also sees it link in a right angle to the North Node in the sector of communication. Jupiter in Pisces is very spiritual. It can see us, see the best in people and situations, but it also can be maybe a little bit too hopeful. So again, the theme is to be as realistic as possible. But the wonderful new moon in Capricorn at the end of this week and its link with Uranus just suggests that innovation, technology, new approaches to our lives in lots of different ways are going to be a massive theme throughout year 2022. Sometimes change is as good as a rest, but sometimes staying as we are just isn't an option. So when we're forced to make changes, that's a much more uncomfortable process. And that could be where the clash between Saturn and Uranus shows itself. But if we can be progressive, embrace new possibilities, try to think outside the box, we can make the most of this transition into this new year. Now please stay with me for your detailed zodiac sign, but if you've yet to order your year 2022 personal forecast, please see the link beneath this video. You can get 30% off and a character analysis, and don't worry, when you order it, I will give you 12 months full months from the time of that order, or if you still order just at the end of year 21, you will get the rest of that year free. Hello Virgo and welcome to your weekly forecast for week commencing the 27th of December. As you see in this new year, you have a very sociable gathering of planets in your situation. For sure, Venus is retrograde. Mercury goes into its shadow phase. We could, just because of the reality of the latest wave of COVID restrictions, have some limitation on our freedom to mix and mingle as we would like, but if it's possible wherever you are, I think you can really savour it. With Mars in your 4th house, you may even be the one who's inviting people around and playing host, as you see in the new year. But it's also true that Uranus, the planet of surprises, is very much threaded into this week's events. Not least that as you peer into what the new year holds for you, I think change can be a very positive thing. Sometimes we can be fearful of change, but I think it can be very exciting for you at this time. And you can really remodel your whole approach to so many different facets of your outlook over the next year. Now, the fact that Saturn and Uranus are clashing just suggests that you shouldn't try to bite off more than you can chew, because there may be some obligations that you have to do. And if you start to become resentful about those, that can starve you of energy. So it's about setting firm boundaries, but your discipline, your ability to be very thorough in your approach is still going to aid you. There just may be times when you want to be a bit more free-spirited, and it's just finding a little bit of a balance. But as Mercury, your ruler, does move as this week draws to a close, if you're not quite so satisfied in your professional situation, I think Mercury's mental capacities will help you to think about new possibilities, apply for different jobs, use your meticulous energies in an area which does give you a sense of achievement and fulfillment. It's been a real pleasure being with you, wishing you a very happy new year, and goodbye for now.